Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. This is your host Ram, welcoming you to this weekend cricket show. Yes, today happening happens to be a holiday, so that's the precise reason I am here to actually connect to you on the cricket happening show. Normally, it's a weekend show, as you know, but since being a holiday, I'm out here to talk to you all. Well, it gives me the pleasure of bringing this cricket show today, and today's cricket show it's all about the match between Sunrisers Hyderabad and Kolkata Knight Riders, where the Sunrisers, they are really going from strength to strength. This is their third win on the trot against in this IPL, and that is going to really give them ounces of confidence. Kane Williamson, the victorious captain. I'm going to talk about this game and then we'll look at some cricket news. But one thing that I would like to start off by saying some England cricket news. Joe Root, who had a very tough time losing the series in Australia, getting a drubbing, then even against the West Indies, that was a similar story. And even and then everybody were calling, saying that the experts were selling that Joe Root has to quit his captaincy. I also felt the same way, and finally that has come out into the open. Joe Root, probably pressurized, I reckon, but finally has decided that that's the end of his captaincy. He has decided he had even Stevens' captaincy record, if you look at it, winning tests and losing tests, but he has definitely decided that enough is enough. And Joe Root has quit the captaincy, so definitely, I wouldn't say his batting was a problem because he has scored ounces of runs. He had 1,700 runs in a calendar year, which is the third highest aggregate in a calendar year, one could call. So he is definitely in pink form. Joe Root, no doubt about it. And I'm sure that is only going to help him because his mind would have been probably cluttered by what was happening, and he might probably breathe free now, and probably we'll see once again a free stroking Root, probably even doing more than what he has been doing. But that's the thing. England cricket news: Joe Root has quit his captaincy. Right. So now we are going into the Tata Indian Premier League 2022. The game was between KKR, the Kolkata Knight Riders were taking on the Sunrisers Hyderabad. And this was happening this is the 25th match of the Tata Indian Premier League 2022, played at the Brabourne Stadium. And Sunrisers Hyderabad, Kane Williamson getting the luck of the toss, and as has been happening in this Indian Premier League, where the teams have always been wary about the due factor, they decided that they would insert the Kolkata Knight Riders into bat first. Kolkata Knight Riders batted first, and it was a struggle for them. First, it was Natarajan breaching through the defenses, the bat and pad gap of Venkatesh Iyer, who was actually shaping to actually drive at the delivery, and he was castled by Natarajan for 13 deliveries, 1-4. Aaron Finch was a victim of the mauling of Marco Hansen, and Marco Hansen got the ball to angle in, it just moved in a shade late, and that was the end of our own Finch as he got a thick edge onto it, and Pooran behind the wickets did the rest. Aaron Finch was gone, caught Pooran bowled Jansen for 7, and then Sunil Narine, also a victim of Natarajan. Sunil Narine, who likes to play his stroke, already hit 1-6, and there was a low full toss. Narine was trying to make room to carve him through the point region, but he could not probably get the real probably you want to hit it over the fielder, but it went 8 into Shashank Singh's hands, and Sunil Narine was walking after making just 6 runs, and the Kolkata Knight Riders were in all sorts of trouble with a score on 31 for 3 in 4.3 overs. Now, definitely needed someone to stay there at the wicket, and that was the captain Shreyas Iyer in the middle, along with Nitish Rana. Nitish Rana, he was a sort of a suspect, one could say, because he has not been scoring a lot of runs, and it would have been a real pressure time for the Kolkata Knight Riders. But Nitish Rana, I think, probably living dangerously. But Shreyas Iyer, he's someone but definitely they have to take card. And that was the time from 31 for 3. It was pretty tough going for the Kolkata Knight Riders, and the midst of it, Umran Malik, this youngster, was really making the ball talk, and he was testing every batsman with his searing pace that he bowls. And this was one. This was a good part. This was a partnership which was slowly trying to recover by adding 29 runs, but only just, one could say. But Umran Malik, what a piece of bowling from Umran Malik, keeping Shreyas Iyer very quiet, testing him in that particular over in those first 5 balls. And that really and he was bowling at searing pace as well, 150 clicks. And Shreyas Iyer was probably looking at an opportunity to score runs of him, and he definitely snuck in a wonderful delivery, which hit the wickets of Shreyas Iyer. Shreyas Iyer, it was wonderfully bowled at the pace of 148, right on the block hole, and the bails was flying all over the place as Shreyas Iyer was trying to make room for himself to put him through the offside by actually showing all the 3 stumps. But Umran Malik was bowling, as I said, at searing pace, and he went on to hit the timber of Shreyas Iyer. But what an over! Shreyas Iyer was totally tested in that over, and it was beginning to get a bit frustrating for Shreyas Iyer, who had to really move and try to get runs, manufacture runs, one could call, but that resulted in a wicket. And Umran Malik today, I have to tell you, I'll come back to that, but it was not the only wicket that Umran Malik got. He also got the wicket of Sheldon Jackson. Now, that was a chest-high delivery from Umran Malik, short ball. Let's also talk about one thing here. Today, this particular pitch was a really grassy one. And that is not something we see. It was a real grassy pitch. It was giving something, definitely some juice in for the pacers and the seamers. And that's what Umran Malik was showing. And what was good about Umran Malik today was not, Umran Malik, as you know, if you look at his Tata IPL record in this particular 2022, he has been taken for runs because a bowler who is fast, the batsman can always use the pace and get runs. But also, if you can bowl good lines, that is what one is looking. I'm sure there's been a lot of talking going on. He has worked on it. And today we saw that out into the open. Yes, there was some assistance from the pitch, but you also have to bowl the balls in the right areas. And that's what precisely Umran Malik did. And that is a very encouraging thing to see from this youngster. As I said, he was breathing fire today. And he also picked up the wicket of Sheldon Jackson, as I said. When I said he's breathing fire, he bowled a short delivery at Sheldon Jackson, which was coming absolutely chest high, and Sheldon Jackson was shaping for the pull. The top edge went into the air, and what a catch from Natarajan. Natarajan is not one of the best fielders in the park, one could say, but what a catch from Natarajan. He beautifully adjusted himself, put in a dive forward, and Jackson was walking back to the pavilion, caught Natarajan, bowled Umran Malik for 7, and the score at that time read 103 for 5. And Kolkata Knight Riders were definitely not doing well at all. In walked then the man, Andre Russell, and he transformed things in a trice, one could say, with his big hitting, and which is known for. And Nitesh Rana, after struggling, but nevertheless, he got something to savor, I would say, as he got his first 50 of Tata IPL 2022, 54 of 36, 6 fours and 2 sixes. And Rana was trying to smash Natarajan through the offside, there was a real edge onto it as there was a big sort of a sound coming in, and there was definitely a spike as the review was done, and that was the end of Nitish Rana. But as I said, Nitish Rana will be happy that finally he got to hit his 50, and that was wonderful to see. But Andre Russell, as I said, was already doing that in a try. He was trying to transform the match. But again, this man, Umran Malik, once again came in. And what an over he bowled to Andre Russell. He kept on pinching the Andre Russell's legs. He was keeping it tight and nice and tight. And Andre Russell was not able to get away Umran Malik. And that was the battle one was looking out for. And Umran Malik definitely winning that battle against Andre Russell. but Andre Russell cracked unbeaten 49. He was there till the end. And also one has to credit the bowling of Suchit as well. Jagdisha Suchit, also Bhuvneshwar Kumar bowled some nice Yorkers at the end, which snuck in beautifully. And Andre Russell was not able to get it out of the park. But Suchit also, the spinner, initially did well, but then Andre Russell finally got through, and he was not out on 49 of 25 deliveries, which included 4 fours and 4 sixes. Cummins was out for 3 to the bowling of Kumar. Aman Hakim Khan was making his debut. He was gone for 5. Umesh Yadav not out 1. And finally, a semblance of respectability for the total of the Kolkata Knight Riders. They went on to 175 for 8. You look at the bowling there. As I said, Umran Malik to me was the beacon. And I mean, the experts are just raving about this young bloke, Umran Malik, and why not? I've been telling you, if you're getting somebody who's bowling at 150 clicks on such a consistent rate, the day is not far off when this bloke, Umran Malik, I'll be seeing him in the test matches for India. And today, as I said, he has been leaking runs, and as I said, the pace has been the problem. But you have to stick to a good line and length, and that is the line and length that finally has come out into the open today. He has proved that with his pace, he can also go and hit the right lines, and one hopes that he really goes in this consistent manner. And also he has to watch out against some burnout as well. As being a pace bowler, you're more prone to getting into injuries and fitness issues. So Umran Malik, if he's going to be groomed, I see no reason why that Umran Malik should be figuring in the Indian cricket team in the test matches. Probably early days, but this particular spell of his of 4 overs, no maiden, 2 for 27, and also keeping a man like Andre Russell quiet was a real sight to watch, according to me, in this particular match. And finally, Umran Malik, I think, is really trying to take off, and really, I love the sight of Umran Malik as a nice bowling action, coming beautifully. I think he has a sort of a, I think the Esther year of Waqar Yunus, the Pakistan bowler, I think he has such a nice run up to the wicket, and when he delivers, he really puts it in all there, and that's what the pace counts. And you have been seeing how the commentators, Harsha Bogle, Ian Bishop, Sunil Gavaskar is raving about him, and why not? And Umran Malik, I think it's just a matter of time. And I think India has to really grow up, because getting someone to bowl 150 clicks on such a consistent basis for India has never happened. This man has to be there, because this is the man who would be netting you the wickets when we go into faster pitches like South Africa and Australia and all other places. I'm really looking forward to this bloke. I'm really excited at this young bloke space of Umran Malik. So if you look at the bowling there, Kumar 1 for 37, Hansen 1 for 26, bowled did a very good job, I thought. Natarajan is always there with the wickets. His death bowling is a big asset to the team. 4 overs, no maiden, 3 for 37. Shashank Singh 1 for 10, and Jagdish Suchit 3 overs, 1 for 32, the spinner. Now it was the turn for the Sunrisers Hyderabad to go and chase this particular 175 set up by the Kolkata Knight Riders. Let's have a look at what happened. Abhishek Sharma, the Kane Williamson, the very successful opening pair this time in the Tata IPL 2022. But Abhishek Sharma was a very early victim. Cummins actually clean bowling him. He was trying to shape for the full. The ball did not probably get to the height that probably Abhishek Sharma was expected. And that was the end of Abhishek Sharma. The ball had hit the stumps, and he was a goner for 3. So that was wicket number 1. And Sunrisers Hyderabad not having a good start at all against the Kolkata Knight Riders, were 3 for 1 at that stage. Kane Williamson was joined in by Rahul Tripathi. Now, Rahul Tripathi, as you know, is I call him a busy bee, because if you look at his body language when he comes there, he's like a terrier, according to me, because he's so active. You feel the rush of energy going into him. And he's very active. He has a sort of a stance where he actually raises his bat among the stumps, and when he hits the shot, it was good to see. I mean, but before that, let's talk about Kane Williamson. Williamson had just played one good shot against the bowling of Russell, but Russell had the last laugh as Kane Williamson tried one more shot a similar delivery, but probably a bit more quicker than what Kane Williamson would have expected, and the ball went on to hit the timber. And that was the end of Kane Williamson bowled Russell for 17 of 16, 3 boundaries, and the score read 39 for 2 at that particular stage. 39 for 2, and we were in the 5.2 overs. Nothing really to worry about, with lots of batting still to come. Rahul Tripathi was joined in by Aidan Markram. And from 39 for 2, there was not much joy for the Kolkata Knight Riders, I'm afraid to say. With Rahul Tripathi, he's someone, when he comes to the wicket, he knows only one way. He's not someone who's going to stay there and scratch runs. He's not such a type of player. He likes to go over the top. He did that in the power play overs as well, or probably in the power play overs. And then finally we saw those 2 sixes that he cracked, which was tremendous strokes. I mean, he really put a nice stride forward, reached the pitch of the ball, and smote Varun Chakravarti over extra cover for a 6. And one knows in cricket, hitting sixes over extra cover is an extraordinary thing. And Rahul Tripathi not only did hit the 6, but he was holding the pose at that particular time. It was a wonderful sight to watch. Both the times he actually cracked the Varun Chakravarti through the offside. That really says that Rahul Tripathi is picking up Varun Chakravarti's deliveries nicely. And then Aidan Markram was at the other end. Aidan Markram, as you know, he has not been in some good form at all. But today he was playing second fiddle to Rahul Tripathi. As I said, there was no joy for the KKR at the time, and this partnership started blossoming. It blossomed into such a manner that it took them very, very, very close to the total, as it was a really a 94-run partnership that happened in the next 9 overs. And Rahul Tripathi was the one who was the master of it. And he was playing such breathtaking strokes. Look at the sixes that he hit. He hit 6 sixes and 4 boundaries in a spanking knock, one could call, of 71 of just 37 deliveries. He hit every bowler all over the place. He went after Pat Cummins. He went after Russell. Hakim Khan could bowl only a solitary over on his debut, as he was also tore apart, one could call. And also, probably Aman is not making his debut. I probably might be wrong there. But Rahul Tripathi won an innings. Aidan Markram was playing second fiddle till such time Rahul Tripathi was the craze. But when Rahul Tripathi finally left, caught Venkatesh Iyer for 71 of the bowling of Russell of 37 deliveries. That was the time Aidan Markram opened up. Nicholas Pooran came down to join him, and Aidan Markram opened up his shoulders. He went after the bowling of Patrick Cummins, and suddenly we saw a different Markram after the departure of Rahul Tripathi, and that was Aidan Markram pinching the boundaries time and again, and also going over it. And finally, Nicholas Pooran, who normally is a very good stroke maker, decided that it's better to tell Aidan Markram to just go on with this flow. And Nicholas Pooran was content not out on 5 deliveries, but Aidan Markram would be very, very happy with this effort. He really showed what a wonderful striker of the ball he is, and what a nice driver of the ball he is. Aidan Markram not out 68 of just 36 deliveries, 6 fours and 4 sixes. Game over. Sunrisers Hyderabad winning the match in a very, very convincing fashion by 7 wickets. And they have definitely made the points table look very healthy now, and that is interesting. Looking at the bowling, Umesh Yadav, 4 overs, none for 31, not among the wickets today, as he normally is in the start of IPL 2022. Pat Cummins, 3.5 overs, 1 for 40, got a bit of spanking at the hands of Aidan Markram at the end. Andre Russell, 2 overs, 2 for 20. Hakim Khan, solitary over for 13. Chakravarti got a real bashing at the hands of Tripathi, 3 overs, none for 45, the most costliest there. And Sunil Narine bowled 4 overs, which went for 23. Rahul Tripathi that was named man of the match, and I call him a busy bee cricketer, Rahul Tripathi. It was wonderful to see Rahul Tripathi in his element, and we know that he's a very, very aggressive player. He was playing for KKR, but today he was playing against the KKR. But what an innings from Rahul Tripathi. So that was the end. So tomorrow, the matches that are coming up, some interesting matches, one could say. Mumbai Indians have to get off the mark. They are still struggling. They are the only team now, Mumbai Indians, who have been struggling. Tomorrow they're taking on the Lucknow Super Giants, and Delhi Capitals are also in another game. I'm just trying to see which is the team that they are taking. I'll just come back to that. Capitals are taking on the Royal Challengers Bangalore. That should be one hell of a match there. So that's the match situation. As I said, as far as the Tata IPL 2022 is concerned. Now, let me see whether, and for Mumbai, I said it's going to be real pressure on them. It's a pressure cooker situation for Mumbai. As quickly as Mumbai can get a win under the belt, that will do them good. Lucknow Super Giants are led by KL Rahul. They are a very, very good team as well. So I think it's going to take a real going for the Mumbai Indians. Mumbai Indians have to crack the whip tomorrow to go and collect their first points in Tata IPL 2022. Can Mumbai Indians do this to Lucknow Super Giants tomorrow and collect the first points in Tata IPL 2022? Wish you good luck. Wish good luck to Mumbai. Well, and another thing, I don't think I'll have time to go to any cricket news here, as I already spoken about England's Joe Root. And let me say hello to one of my fans here by the name Rahul Verma. Hello, Mr. Verma. I wanted to just complete my cricket show before saying hello to you. I saw you there on the screen. Good to see you, sir. And I hope you are enjoying my cricket broadcast as well. Other than that, I'm trying to see whether there is any other cricket news that I could really talk about. Hello, Rahul Verma. If you have anything to really ask a question or anything, you're free to do so. I give you just 1 minute because I'm on the verge of ending this cricket show for today. But nevertheless, it has been a pleasure bringing you this cricket happening show as usual. And as I said, this was a sort of a surprise for everybody because I normally don't do cricket shows on Friday. But it's just because of the holiday that we have here locally. I was there on a Good Friday to share this particular game. Now, other than that, Deepak Chahar, this is a Tata IPL 2022 news. What a sad scene for Deepak Chahar. I mean, what a wonderful bowler he is. He's a wonderful all-rounder. He has got into the international fringes of cricket as well. But this Chennai Super Kings has not recovered from the back injury, and unfortunately, I am told the news out is that he's out of Tata IPL 2022, which is sad news for Chennai Super Kings, who are also struggling at this particular moment, even though they are 2 points ahead of Mumbai, as Mumbai has not even collected any points. Can Mumbai get their first points tomorrow? Well, dear fans, friends, subscribers, as I said, pleasure bringing you the cricket show. Looking forward to your company once again tomorrow on a Saturday with a double header coming in Tata IPL 2022. Till such time, it's goodbye from me, your host Ram. Thank you.